Do you want to save time and not be in front of the computer, the dark room of the new photo generation? Let Mobile Portrait Pros come to you, offering business portraits, executive portraits, mobile headshots, actor headshots, and campaign headshots for political teams. Innovation at Mobile Portrait Pros serves Palm Beach County and beyond. Just call 866-443-0873. That's 866-443-0873. Headshots door to door. Do you want to say
At your service, Sunday mornings at 10 on Talk 1470 WNN.
Thousands of people around the world are learning how extra money can be made from home at Online Trading Academy. Learn about stocks, options, futures, and Forex. Here's a trading tip from one of the instructors.
You see what we've done at the Academy? We've taken this and we've simplified it down to just the basic factors that you need. There's a set of rules, follow them. There's a scoring system. If it scores greater than 7, take the trade. Set the trade up, walk away and forget it with 3 major components: a stop, an entry, and a target. You don't know what those mean? Come in, we'll teach you those.
Online Trading Academy. Learn the right way to trade stocks and more. Thousands have learned how extra money can be made from home and how risk is limited. See how it works. Reserve a pair of seats at a free half-day class in Broward and Palm Beach. Call now. Online Trading Academy, 561-674-9800. 561-674-9800. That's 561-674-9800.
Are you looking for short-term inpatient rehabilitation or long-term care placement for yourself or a loved one after illness or injury? Whitehall Boca Raton Skilled Nursing and Rehab Facility has served South Florida for over 35 years. With care and oversight from our experienced physicians, Whitehall Boca Raton offers specialized comprehensive nursing and rehab programs in neurological, orthopedic, cardiac, pulmonary, and post-operative surgical care and outpatient therapy provided by our highly experienced nurses and therapists. While recovering, you will receive 24-hour licensed nursing care along with dietary and nutrition services. We accept Medicare and other major insurances. Come see the Whitehall Boca Raton difference. Call 561-392-3000 for more information or to schedule a tour with our admissions team, and we will answer any one of your questions. You can also visit our website at whitehallboca.com. For more information, call 561-392-3000. That's 561-392-3000. Whitehall Boca Raton is committed to provide you with the best medical care.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Do you have a hot new business or an established business that offers great and unique services or products that you want to get the word out? Are you looking to grow your business and you want everyone to hear the buzz about it? Do you have an amazing project or an idea that impacts our community that you want to share and get others involved in? Then you've come to the right place. You're listening to Community Connections with Norma G. I'm your host, occupational therapist Norma Guerrero, and I want to share our passions while connecting with our community. So now let's get ready to hear about what's hot, what's new, and what's happening on Community Connections with Norma G. Give us a call at 888-565-1470 and join our conversation. That's good. Welcome back to Community Connections. I am your host, Norma Guerrero, and I'm so happy to be here with you again. Once again, it is Monday, November 6, 2017, and it is the first day of the week, Monday, so I know you're all getting out of work right now. It's 5 o'clock. You are listening to us on 95.3 FM as well as 1470 AM locally here on WNN at the Health and Wealth Network here in South Florida. And we are live streaming the show today as well on Community Connections with Norma G on Facebook. You can call into the show at 888-565-1470, and if you have any questions for our guests, because we have a full lineup of guests today. So before I share with you who our guests are going to be, I want to first, unfortunately, as I sat here, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think it was 3 weeks ago with the situation that happened in Vegas, and now we have another situation here happening in San Antonio, just outside of it, in Texas. And so our hearts and prayers go out to those family, those parishioners, that community, and to just all those people, just those families. And I send a big hug, and I know that my guests as well, I'm sure that they are thinking about it as well. I'm sure that everyone is. And so I just wanted to just say once again, please just keep those families in your thoughts and prayers today. And so I want to go ahead and introduce a couple of the guests that I have today. And because we have a full show today, I have 3 guests on today, and we're going to talk about a wide variety of health things that are related to. We have a medical doctor coming on the show, Dr. John Baker, who is an orthopedic surgeon, and he's going to be talking about PRP, stem cell therapy to help with pain management and healing of joints, as well as he's going to be talking about medical marijuana, an alternative approach to treating long-term chronic illnesses and pains if you qualify and meet the criteria. So it'll be very interesting to see how he's added those components to his practices, his practice of performing the typical sports injuries and joint replacements, hip replacements, knee replacements. So looking forward to having Dr. Baker on as well. And he is with Allegiance Orthopedic and Spine Institute here locally in Boca Raton. And then we're going to be having Jay Gelfand, and he is very near and dear to me. He is actually a family member of mine, and he is my brother's brother-in-law, and I've known him since I'm 10 years old. And he's got a new business that he's involved in. Very excited of him marrying his passion that he has for health and wellness, for food and organic foods, to a business venture that he's involved in called Live Green, and he's an independent affiliate for them. So looking forward to hearing about what Jay's involved in. And last but not least, the guest that I have here in the studio, I have Miss Nancy Perez, and she is an essential oil coach with Nancy Jane Essential Oil Magic, and she's going to be sharing with us the importance of and the helpfulness of essential oils. So, Nancy, thanks so much for being the first one on bat today.
Thank you for having me, Norma. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. You know, I love doing this show because it's an opportunity to meet a wide variety of people in the community, and also a wide variety of subjects that can help people in various ways. I mean, holistic medicine, holistic practice is about, you know, finding what works best for you, you know, in your care. And I am an occupational therapist, and I have a long-standing relationship with Whitehall Boca Raton, which is a skilled nursing and rehab facility here in South Florida. And they're one of the primary sponsors of the show. And so on behalf of them, you are one of our guests here today. So I want to thank Whitehall Boca Raton for helping put together this show that we put on each week after week, bring all these incredible guests. And Whitehall Boca Raton is a skilled nursing and rehab facility offering skilled physical therapy, occupational therapy, and nursing services to help you after an injury such as a hip replacement or a bout of pneumonia. And so it's there to help your loved one, your mom, your dad, your grandma, grandpa, help recover from that to get them back home. And so reach out to them. Their number is 561-392-3000, and they are located on Palmetto and Powerline and in West Boca at 7300 Del Prado Circle South. And you can reach them at www.whitehallbocaraton.com. And so, Nancy, I know that you know, and I believe Dana Hamill. Is that her last name, Hamill?
That's correct.
Yeah, she works at a home health agency, and she's frequently in and out of the building and, you know, helping the patients transition home. And so how do you know her?
I know her through her mom.
Through her
Her
mom
is a very good friend of mine.
See, and that's it. I mean, everyone knows everyone.
Yes, we're all connected in
and
some
it's
way.
true because it's the population in South Florida is huge, but yet you step out into doing, you know, these types of things, the shows, the community networking, and you realize you know more people than you think.
It's true.
It's
That's
true.
very
And so
true.
you're involved in essential oils, and how did you get involved in that?
I want to say, like, my journey started when my son was sick. This was about 10 years ago. And that's when I really got into, like, the alternative healing and alternative therapies because he had, like, acid reflux. I don't want to take up too much of your time. But he wasn't getting better with the medications, and they wanted to just increase his medications. So I took him to a holistic doctor, and that's when he started to get better.
Oh,
And,
interesting.
Yeah, with diet and through plant medicine supplements. That's how he got better. And ever since then, I haven't, you know, he's been
So
fine.
you basically detoxified his gut.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it was as a result of the antibiotics, which are good, but he's a very sickly child, and whenever they would put him on antibiotics, that would just kill all his good flora as well. So
And how old is he now?
he's now 14 years old.
14. And how's the GERD or the reflux?
He's fine. He's fine. He's never had an issue with it ever again. And that's how I stumbled onto the essential oils, because I've always been very passionate about plant medicine ever since his condition. And now I'm into the essential oils.
Great. And so then you're an independent affiliate through who?
doTERRA. Through doTERRA.
Okay. And I'm not that familiar with, you know, I'm familiar with essential oils, not exactly all the different aromas and how they help different things. But doTERRA is what, a manufacturing company?
doTERRA is the company, yes.
Is the
It's one of
company?
it's the number one essential oil company in the world.
Is that
It's
right?
like, yeah.
Okay.
But
and
they only sell through distributors like myself. I'm a wellness advocate. And the reason why they do it is because they want people to be educated as well on how to use the oils, which you don't get that when you buy an oil in the store. And some of those oils, you have to be careful because they're not 100% pure.
So the purity is what's you have to
Exactly.
really run. And so you believe that doTERRA is offering that type of quality product.
Exactly. Yes, I do believe that.
So as an independent affiliate, what is the name of your company?
I can be found at Essential Oil, Nancy Jane Essential Oil Magic on Facebook, and my telephone number is 561-430-8612.
Interesting. And so what is it about essential oils as far as if you were to say the top 5 or top 3? I don't want to put too many on you. The top 3 or top 5 that people should be thinking at, you know, if they were to go to that page and look at it, what are they going to see and find?
If they go to that page that I sent them to the Facebook page, I usually post a lot of things about wellness, and I also share posts on essential oils. Top 3, I would have to say there's a top 10, but top 3 would be lemon, lavender, and peppermint.
And they have the properties for what?
Lemon is detoxifying. I think many people know that.
Okay.
But when you use those 3, which is something that I learned, for me, they work better than antihistamines. When you put them in a gel cap, if you put 3 drops of each of those oils in a gel cap and you take it, it's like really aids in my allergies when I have allergies.
So what do you mean in a gel cap?
In a veggie cap, the empty capsules that they sell that you could fill with whatever
So you
want.
fill it with oils?
Yes.
And then you swallow it?
Yes.
Oh, so you create your own kind of pill?
Yes. That's why potency is so important, and doing your research when it comes to essential oils and buying therapy.
I don't think I ever knew that.
Yes.
I don't think
not all oils are, even though they say 100% pure on the bottle, sometimes they add fillers to them, and that's why they cost so much cheaper when you buy them some places.
So you said lemon and
Lavender.
lemon
Essential oil.
Lemon does what again? I'm sorry.
Lemon is detoxifying.
Detoxifying, yes.
It has many other uses, but one of the main uses is detoxifying. It's it also can be used for when you have like scars on your face, but you have to be careful because it can cause sensitivity in the sun. It can actually make you burn if you put it on, so you shouldn't go out in the sun for a couple hours after that. Lavender is great, as we know, for sleep, and it aids in feeling calm, but it's also great for when you have a burn. Many people don't know that about lavender. And peppermint is great for indigestion or when you have an upset stomach. And I love using it for when I have an insect bite and it's itching.
Well, it's kind of similar to almost like teas.
Yeah.
You know, a little bit of the similar properties.
Yes, it is. It is very similar, but teas are dried herbs, and then essential oils, the difference with them is that they're highly concentrated. They're about 50 to 70% more concentrated than the herb itself.
Than an herb. Okay. So I really do think this is very interesting because I actually did not know this. And so you actually take the drops and you pour it in a capsule.
I do.
And then you ingest it.
Yes.
And so now are you like a hocus pocus, you know, kind of like you're in the stove and like, you know, how do you know what to put into what? Is that what the essential oil coaching is?
Exactly. That's what I do. I educate people on that, on how to use the oils and how to implement them in their life for, you know, to use it for daily ailments that they may have and they don't want to take a synthetic form of medicine for.
And there's a big market for that out there, huh?
There is. I think it's a growing market. I really do believe.
Huh. I mean, I do have some essential oils that I use mainly for calming. More like almost like, it's not because I'm like upset or angry or anything. It's just more of like, I want to slow down even while I'm busy. I want to slow down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even like coming in here, I'm very busy. I got a lot of things going on. So sometimes I didn't put it on today. I should have. And so, but I have found when I have heavy workloads that instead of just doing it, I'm going to lay down and go to sleep and relax. But even like in the midst of the stress, I put it on and I find that it does. It
grounds you.
It really does. Because I can actually sometimes, you know, you put your hand near your face and you do smell it and it does have an effect on you.
It does.
So do we have time for 2 more?
Yeah.
That was top 3.
Yeah. I love frankincense. It's actually one of their top 10 oils. And I'm trying to think of the other one, tea tree, which is Melaleuca, is the botanical name of the plant.
And frankincense is good for?
Frankincense is good for brain function. And it's good to keep you alert. And it's also very good for skin irritations, or I use it sometimes on minimizing scars. It's used a lot in beauty products as well.
Frankincense, and then the 5th one was?
Melaleuca tea tree.
And that's good for?
It's kind of an astringent one, which is very good for maintaining a clear complexion. But I use it sometimes. I put it in shampoo because it stimulates your hair growth as well.
I've heard people say tea tree when they when they have a problem like with their foot, like
Yes,
an infection or something like that. So that's similar concept.
That is.
But this is something. So now, all right. When I went to your website, it was saying that you can use a single oil at a time or complex blends in one of three methods: aromatic, topical, or internal. So I guess that's what you're referring to is the
Correct.
internal. And so the aromatic. How do you utilize the essential oils aromatically? Is it a diffuser?
I use them in a diffuser at home, but aromatically it could also be like applying it to your chest. It could be putting a couple drops on your hand and inhaling it. There's also some inhalers. Have you seen the inhalers that people use for
Like
the respiratory?
Uh-huh.
That it's like kind of like the Vicks. But they have empty ones that you can fill with a cotton ball, I think it is, and you can put a couple drops of the oil in there to inhale it as well. So,
well, how do they make these oils? Is that they all get extracted?
Exactly. They're pressed. Some of them are cold pressed, and some of them they're distilled differently depending on the oil.
I mean, it's like whether it's food or whether it's exercise or it's oils. I mean, there's so many things that you can apply to your lifestyle in order to help your overall being and health wellness without necessarily utilizing a drug or some sort of synthetic.
Exactly.
And synthetic,
And I don't want to say that synthetics are negative because I think we need medicine
as
well.
For sure.
But it's good to be able to have the option of treating, ailments as opposed to going to the synthetic immediately.
And I agree. And I think that, many doctors feel that way too. It's just,
it's a balance.
If it doesn't work, you know what I mean? It's like if I have a cut and I just need a Band-Aid, or some, I can handle it on my own, naturally, for the most part. But if it's more complicated, I have to go see the doctor for maybe some stitches or surgery or whatever, and it's the same thing with medicine. You know what I mean? If I can't medicinally manage it on my own, through, because before there was advances in medicines, there was always the practice of ancient holistic medicine from way back when.
That's been around for thousands of years.
And so, it's about not losing, that knowledge and that practice, is really what I find when speaking to many people. And so, if you had the opportunity, if you just kind of run into someone and you want to share with them the number one thing that someone wants to take away from knowing about essential oils, what would that be?
I think a lot of people, one of the things that many people think that they can go to a drugstore and purchase it. And you have to be very careful because to get the optimal quality and the therapeutic benefits of the oil, the plants have to be harvested at a certain time and they have to be grown in their indigenous area. Because sometimes people think that they're getting a good price on an essential oil, because it's inexpensive, but they're adulterated because they add fillers to it, like I had explained to you before. And maybe that company might not follow ethical practices, and they might be growing their plants somewhere that they're not getting the optimal therapeutic benefits of the oil.
Fascinating. Did you have to take like a certificate, or how did you acquire the knowledge?
It's all I've learned doing research and educating myself.
And does doTERRA offer?
Yes, they
that?
do. Education.
They offer education through that as well.
Yes.
Well, awesome. Well, Nancy, it's so great to have you here in the studio, and I'm so glad that you were able to share and enlighten myself and the listeners that are out there watching. So, Nancy, once again, how do we find you via Facebook, through your website, if someone wanted to?
You can find me on Facebook at Nancy Jane Essential Oil Magic, and you can also reach me at 561-430-8612.
Wonderful. Nancy, it's such a pleasure to meet you. Thank you for coming in and sharing about that. And so I'm going to take a commercial here in a short moment. And so I just wanted to take a moment to also thank one of our other sponsors of the show, and that would be Paul Finkelstein. And he is with, what is the name of that company again? The Mobile Executive Headshots. So he is very, very interesting. And so I'll get better at communicating what he does. And it's mobileportraitpros.com. And he actually has a bus locally here in South Florida that he can take your executive headshots and come straight to your home, straight to your office, and take your headshots right there. It's more cost effective. You can have multiple photos taken of many people in your office. And so we're going to be having him on the show shortly again to be talking a little bit more about that. And it's Headshots Door to Door. Is your organization's team ready for a new look? Beat your competition by putting your best face forward. MobileExecutiveHeadshots.com. Very excited to be learning about them. And he was in the studio last week taking some pictures. And so I actually didn't make it into the bus myself. And so I need to get my executive headshot as well. And so as you can see there on the screen, you can see a couple of that. But it's really, really interesting how he takes the stress, because he comes to you. Yeah. It's door-to-door service.
That's amazing.
So it's really, really cool. MobilePortrait.com, 866-443-0873. So we'll be right back with Jay Gelfand with Live Green.
Do you suffer from back, joint, or muscle soreness? Recovery with HydroFX is the doctor-recommended all-natural solution you've been looking for. Now, available in the U.S., Recovery with HydroFX is a specialized product for headaches, back, joint, and muscle soreness. Get back to feeling great today and order your 30-day supply of Recovery with HydroFX. Call 1-800-994-5361 and take advantage of this limited radio offer. That's 1-800-994-5361.
Are you looking for short-term inpatient rehabilitation or long-term care placement for yourself or a loved one after illness or injury? Whitehall Boca Raton Skilled Nursing and Rehab Facility has served South Florida for over 35 years. With care and oversight from our experienced physicians, Whitehall Boca Raton offers specialized comprehensive nursing and rehab programs in neurological, orthopedic, cardiac, pulmonary, and post-operative surgical care and outpatient therapy provided by our highly experienced nurses and therapists. While recovering, you will receive 24-hour licensed nursing care along with dietary and nutrition services. We accept Medicare and other major insurances. Come see the Whitehall Boca Raton difference. Call 561-392-3000 for more information or to schedule a tour with our admissions team, and we will answer any one of your questions. You can also visit our website at whitehallboca.com. For more information, call 561-392-3000. That's 561-392-3000. Whitehall Boca Raton is committed to provide you with the best medical care.
Are you having trouble sleeping or staying asleep? Feel like you've tried everything and nothing works? Studies show if we are out of balance or too acidic, it can directly affect our sleep. Now, a new doctor-formulated solution is available directly to you. Alkaline Boosters is a fast and natural way to get a restful night's sleep. Take advantage of this promotional offer to buy your Alkaline Boosters today and start sleeping better tomorrow. Call 1-800-994-5361. That's 1-800-994-5361.
Thank you for listening to Community Connections with Norma G. We're the place where we talk about your business, a product, an idea, or a project to get the word out to our community. I'm your host, occupational therapist Norma Guerrero. Today we are sharing our passions while connecting with our community. Give us a call at 888-565-1470 and join our conversation. Don't forget to tune in every Monday night at 5 to 6 p.m. to join me, Norma G., and our guests to find out about what's hot, what's new, and what's happening in our community. Can't wait to see you there. Now let's rejoin the show. Welcome back to the show. You're listening to Community Connections, and I'm your host, Norma Guerrero, and I'm so happy to be here with you once again. Today is Monday, November 6th, and I'm here in the second segment of the show with Jay Gelfand. How are you, Jay?
I'm doing incredible today, Norma. Always great to see you, and I've known you since you were 10 years old.
Yes, I know, and I said that in the first segment that Jay is not only my guest today, but he is a little bit more special. All my guests are special. He's a little bit extra special because Jay's sister is married to my brother. And they met when I was 10 years old. So Jay and I go back to when I was a young child. He's a couple years older than me, so he was like my additional older brother. And so it's really exciting to have you here on set today.
Listen, as long as we've known each other, I've always called you my little sister. So
that's true.
It's just the way it is. And as long as you've known me, the one thing I've always preached is health, nutrition,
that is
and what
true.
it does for the body.
And that's true. And he's a real pain a little bit to cook for on Thanksgiving because I can't eat this, I can't eat that. And I'm like, but it's so good. It's so delicious. But I hear you. So let me just take a moment to say that you are listening to, you are listening to, if you're wondering how to find us, at 95.3 FM as well as 1470 AM, WNN, the Health and Wealth Network. And we also are live streaming on Community Connections with Norma G., which is on Facebook, and you can call into the show at 888-565-1470, as well as you can find us on Periscope at AMP2 TV Productions, And you can also go to my website as well, which I failed to mention at the beginning, is at www.ccnormag.com, as well as you can find me at 954-802-2015 if you want to ask me any questions or wonder how you can be a guest on the show. And so Jay has, I've had our niece Rebecca on the show way back in March.
I thought that was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, when
Exciting.
she was doing her charity event, with her office. And so it's exciting to hear about what you've gotten yourself involved in. Tell me about Live Green.
Well, Live Green came to me totally by accident. I was looking for a transition, and I heard that two friends of mine had gotten together and started a company. I had known Tom Wood for 20 years and Pat Walsh for the last 10 years, and they met at a party out in California about 7 years ago, and have worked really hard over the last 7 years to put together a company called Live Green.
What is it?
Live Green makes eating healthy and living cleaner, greener, non-toxic lifestyles affordable. So we know that the reason people don't live cleaner lives nowadays is it's just too damn expensive. And it's no longer, when you go into a supermarket and you find an organic apple for $2.99 and non-organic for $1.99 or less than that, why is the organic more expensive? Obviously, they're not doing all the chemicals and pesticides and all sprays. It should be less expensive.
You'd think.
You would.
Why is it more expensive?
I guess supply and demand. They say that 50% of the people out there want to eat organic, but only about 4% buy organic because it's too expensive. You don't want to spend your whole paycheck at Whole Foods and things like that. So what Tom Pat came up with was a buying club, sort of like Costco or Amazon Prime. And what you do is you have a $99.95 membership. It's an annual fee. They give you a 14-day free trial, which is pretty cool. And they guarantee 20 to 50% savings on all your purchases. And this is products from Avalon Organics, which I use the shave cream on my head. An example of that. Whole Foods $9.99. Amazon $7.99, $5.36. So Live Green, for me, I'm an independent affiliate. I came on board with them. They only launched on Earth Day, which was very symbolic. The opportunity to claim that day as an annual event where they have a Live Green Fest. So the first time we did it, it was up at Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland. Very cool. And at the fest, we all take a 5K walk, and they plant 100 trees for each person that walks. With the membership, it's $99.95. Try it free for 14 days. Check out all the savings. When you do activate your membership after 14 days, for the $99.95, they put another 10 trees in the ground.
Right.
Every time you shop in the green wholesale market, they plant another tree in the ground.
So it's a very eco-friendly kind of online marketplace.
Yeah, that would be the best way to put it. We're a company that cares. That's the best way I can put it. I've always lived by the motto, and you've heard me say it time and time again, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Well, all these companies out there selling all the products in the stores, we understand profit margins and all that, but why should the consumer not be able to buy healthy, organic, non-GMO products at wholesale pricing? If you can buy all the different products at Costco's and the BJ's and all the wholesale clubs, Amazon, I personally save an average of approximately 40 to 46% versus Amazon pricing. Our average customer, our average member, saves 36%. So from Avalon Organics, as I said, Amy's, seventh generation, Simply Organic, Kind Bars, Pro Bars, Honest Company, Myers, and numerous other companies. We have 16,000 products in our healthy green market.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. This is the most excited I've seen you, in a long time, as far as, with the work that you're involved in, because I know that, because I've known you my whole life, you've always, at some point, have always been very conscientious of your diet and of your health, of how to help your body heal, through a lot of things. And so I believe that through just your own personal journey, that you have come to this point of that. That's why you look great.
Well, thank you.
That's why I think you look great. You know, you need to keep your shape and stuff like that. And
Not
so
bad. I'll be 60 this coming year.
Yeah,
you know?
really? Is it really 60?
60.
Oh wow. Well, that's right. You're the older brother.
I am.
You're the older. You're older than my brother.
Eldest in the generation.
Interesting,
yes.
interesting. And so no, but that's why you're able to keep your shape, because a lot of people tend to put on weight when they get older, and you seem to kind of to actually drop weight and maintain it.
Well, I work on it. I walk every day. Drink a lot of water because the old saying of take your weight divided by 2. That's how many ounces a day of water you should drink. But the other thing is using non-toxic products on your body and eating clean products overall. It pretty much keeps your body the way it's supposed to be. Your body doesn't recognize chemicals.
So, okay, so Live Green, first of all, share with us, if someone wanted to reach out to you, if they wanted to find out, how do I find out about this online shopping? How do we find you, Jay?
A few ways. The first thing is, I'm sorry, I'll look at the camera. The first way would be go to my website, which is www.livegreen.life/peace. And there you'll find the front page. If you click on the right top corner, there's an icon that says how it works. And there's a minute video that goes over the whole program. Simply, though, we have 3 steps. First is try it. 14 days for free. You can't go wrong. Okay? The second thing is after 14 days, activate your membership, $99.95. And then third is enjoy the savings. There is a little fourth step that don't talk about as much, but if you become a member and you happen to like what you're saving, if you share it with other people, we'll give you $10 cash.
It's like a referral bonus.
Referral bonus, but it's actually put into your savings so that you can actually use that
for
shopping.
That's great. That's great. No, it's interesting. I'm gonna have to look into it a little bit more myself. You've told me about it, and I don't shop as much as I think, and so sometimes I get a little bit overwhelmed with just one person in the household to get involved with that. But maybe I need to look at it a little bit differently, and that's what I wanted to ask you. As far as what would you say to the average person that doesn't necessarily shop organic? What are the benefits of shopping organic?
Well, with free shipping, it means that you can sit there and order a tube of shaving cream, a toothpaste, whatever, a box of Kind bars, or we have things that are in bulk. We also have things that are individual. So with 16,000 products, it's sort of easy. You just go on the website. There's all different categories from food and beverage, home care, personal care, baby care, pet care.
And is it all? That's all organic?
Not all organic, all non-GMO. We do have the breakdown on organics, non-GMO, gluten-free, yeast-free, kosher. And as I said, if you just go on the site and just scroll through, instead of having to spend your time going to the supermarket and buying it, ship it for free to your house.
And you're saying there's a money-back guarantee?
Money-back guarantee. Actually, there's not a question of money-back guarantee, although we do guarantee the membership back, yes. But doing it for free for 14 days. We're not asking for your money, just shop.
A trial.
A trial. After 14 days, your membership activates. One of the cool things is down here in Fort Lauderdale this week, Pat Welsh, who once again is one of the co-founders, is going to be joining me tomorrow night at the Microsoft store at Boca Town Center. Great place to do a business presentation. And we're going to talk to people about the business of Live Green and what our reason of doing it is. My reason is an affiliate, and his reason is a co-founder. And then this weekend, we're having a Roots to Riches weekend, starting with a happy hour on Friday night. That'll be at the W Hotel in Fort Lauderdale, 6:30 to 7:30 for the happy hour, and then we're going to do a business overview there on Friday night. And for people who are affiliates and want to get trained in how to do it properly and how to profit with it, we'll do an all-day training on Saturday.
All right, so you have 2 opportunities here locally this week that if someone wanted to find out a little bit more about Live Green, either as a consumer or to become an affiliate, but mainly just to go find out more about this organization, you have the Boca Town Center at the Microsoft store.
Absolutely.
On Tuesday at
7:30 p.m.
At 7:30 p.m. And then you have this Friday night. There's a happy hour, you said?
Yeah, we have T'Cha, local jazz fusion band's going to play. Incredible group, all FAU graduates. And they're going to be performing from 6:30 to 7:30 at the W Hotel, and then 7:30 to 8:30.
And that's in Fort Lauderdale,
In Fort
over
Lauderdale.
on A1A.
Yes.
Okay.
And then we'll do an hour business overview after that. And, of course, socialization after that's a lot of fun, too. A couple of drinks and hang out. As far as getting in touch with me, my phone number, 954-560-5294. You can find me on Facebook. I don't know how would you do that on Facebook. I've never done it.
Type in J. Gale Fan.
Okay, yeah, that would be.
You know, you can type in J. Gale Fan, but I think more importantly is that you do have your own website page, and that website address again is
www.liveggreen.life/peace.
Peace. That's Jay. Well, Jay, just a little. Oh, there we got some pictures there. There it is. We got some pictures up right there. We make healthy affordable. 2 portals, 1 membership. Incredible savings.
I didn't talk about the second portal, and that's our retail cash back. So a lot of people know spending online is just going on, and stores are closing down left and right.
That is true.
Macy's said they're closing 110 stores this year, but they're all keeping their web presence. So Live Green has made relationships with over 400 different online retailers that guarantee the most cash back and the lowest price online. And that goes into dynamic pricing, which is a whole other story. But basically, they're guaranteeing that you can save the most money. Give a great example. I wear Maui Jim sunglasses. Maui Jims are never discounted. If you go to Sunglass Hut, Macy's, wherever you're going, it's all the same price, the same pair. Never go on sale. However, Macy's gives me 2.6% cash back on anything I buy online if I go through our link to Macy's.
And is that food credits to shop again or cash back?
That's cash back.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool that a $200 pair of glasses, which I couldn't save anything for there, but if I'm shopping online after 30 days when you don't return it.
These are $200?
Those are over $200, yeah. And they're great, actually.
They look pretty cool.
Maui Jims are very, very cool.
Should I put them on?
Sure, go for it.
Let's see how they look.
Norma, everything would look good on you.
They're kind of cool.
Yeah, and look how clear they are.
Yes, they are cool. They seem like it would block the sunlight, and they're so light.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So
very nice.
It's funny. I've always looked for ways to save money. I'm a single dad. Well, my daughter's grown up now, and
she's
married,
precious.
but she's precious.
Hi, Raina.
But I've always looked for ways to save money.
Yes.
And living healthy, and combine the two. It was a no-brainer for me to just come on board with them. And given the opportunity to be an independent affiliate, I train in the South Florida area for people. So I can teach people, A, about the business. B, when it comes to shopping and saving money.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who's gone into Publix or Whole Foods and actually got money back when I walked out instead of paying a bill.
Yeah, there's a reason why our two families get along so well, because we're actually very similar. My parents, your parents, and, it's my brother and his wife been married over 30 years, and it's been a beautiful, a harmonious familial experience joining these two families together. And so, Jay, it's great to see you, involved in something that you're very passionate about, that, doing good and wanting to have people live healthy lives. And it's my pleasure to have you on the show today to be able to share with the listeners about this that may be beneficial to their families and to their homes.
Well, Norma, I appreciate the invitation. I look forward to coming back and maybe going over some individual dynamics of it, maybe showing some of the products that are online.
Sure.
But if they can put my front page of my website back on for a second there.
Freddie, if you see it, can you put that picture back up if you hear me?
Well, maybe not.
What does it say?
Basically what it says, we make healthy. There it is.
There it is.
We make healthy affordable, 2 stores in 1 shop, a couple of the stores that are listed on the bottom. And as it says, start shopping, activate your membership, savings are guaranteed. And products that so we're not trying to sit there and tell you that one product is better than another product, that use this instead of that. Whatever you're used to shopping for, whatever you want to try Live Green.
Right.
Free for 14 days.
Well, Jay, thank you again so much for coming in. And I want to thank, again, Whitehall Boca Raton, the Skilled Nursing and Rehab Facility, for giving us the opportunity to bring these variety of guests on, from Nancy to, sharing about the benefits of essential oils for our health, and now you talking about, accessing products at a savings cost. And now we're going to bring on Dr. Baker, who is an orthopedic surgeon locally here at Allegiance Orthopedic Spine Institute. I believe that's what it's called. Yes, Allegiance Orthopedic and Spine Institute, and he's going to be talking about some other type of green, and he's going to be talking about medical marijuana and how he's now incorporated that into his practice to help with healing as well as the PRP. Other ways to help people one step short of, not necessarily having to utilize surgery.
Norma, all I can say is I enjoy watching your show week by week. And I really think that you bring a lot of things to the forefront that a lot of people don't think about.
Yes.
doTERRA, great product line. As she's saying, top-level quality oils.
Yeah, and I know from way back, from even 20 years ago, you used to walk around with your little packet box of all the essential oils. So I know
always have oils with me.
You have your knowledge of essential oils. And so we'll be right back with Dr. Baker.
Are you having trouble sleeping or staying asleep? Feel like you've tried everything and nothing works? Studies show if we are out of balance or too acidic, it can directly affect our sleep. Now, a new doctor-formulated solution is available directly to you. Alkaline Boosters is a fast and natural way to get a restful night's sleep. Take advantage of this promotional offer to buy your Alkaline Boosters today and start sleeping better tomorrow. Call 1-800-994-5361. That's 1-800-994-5361.
Are you looking for short-term inpatient rehabilitation or long-term care placement for yourself or a loved one after illness or injury? Whitehall Boca Raton Skilled Nursing and Rehab Facility has served South Florida for over 35 years. With care and oversight from our experienced physicians, Whitehall Boca Raton offers specialized comprehensive nursing and rehab programs in neurological, orthopedic, cardiac, pulmonary, and post-operative surgical care and outpatient therapy provided by our highly experienced nurses and therapists. While recovering, you will receive 24-hour licensed nursing care along with dietary and nutrition services. We accept Medicare and other major insurances. Come see the Whitehall Boca Raton difference. Call 561-392-3000 for more information or to schedule a tour with our admissions team, and we will answer any one of your questions. You can also visit our website at whitehallboca.com. For more information, call 561-392-3000. That's 561-392-3000. Whitehall Boca Raton is committed to provide you with the best medical care.
Do you suffer from back, joint, or muscle soreness? Recovery with HydroFX is the doctor-recommended all-natural solution you've been looking for. Now, available in the U.S., Recovery with HydroFX is a specialized product for headaches, back, joint, and muscle soreness. Get back to feeling great today and order your 30-day supply of Recovery with HydroFX. Call 1-800-994-5361 and take advantage of this limited radio offer. That's 1-800-994-5361.
Thank you for listening to Community Connections with Norma G. We're the place where we talk about your business, a product, an idea, or a project to get the word out to our community. I'm your host, occupational therapist Norma Guerrero. Today we are sharing our passions while connecting with our community. Give us a call at 888-565-1470 and join our conversation. Don't forget to tune in every Monday night at 5 to 6 p.m. to join me, Norma G., and our guests to find out about what's hot, what's new, and what's happening in our community. Can't wait to see you there. Now let's rejoin the show. Engagements. Welcome back to Community Connections. Today is just really a really fabulous show. It's so great to sit down with all of these different guests and to share about all these amazing ways to help people. It's when you plan the show with the guests, sometimes there's a unplanned theme that happens, and that kind of happened today with my three guests. And so I'm going to introduce now Dr. John Baker, and he's an orthopedic surgeon over at Allegiance Orthopedic and Spine Institute. Thank you, Dr. Baker, for being here today.
It's good to be here.
Yes, and so you're listening to us on 95.3 FM, 1470 AM. We are live every Monday between 5 and 6 p.m., and we also live stream on Community Connections with Norma G. on the Facebook page. You can also find more information about the show and previous shows at www.ccnormag.com. And I also didn't make note of it, but I wanted to make comment of it. We had a show on last week with Melanie Petulat. So she was actually a friend of mine that did a story about her experience with breast cancer this year. And she fortunately had a very early detection of it, and she ended up with the surgery and the radiation. And so there was just a lot of response to that video and to that show that we had last week, and where we were very happy to hear that many of her friends and a lot of family and extended people that heard and saw that video. And ironically, your office secretary, office manager, actually knows that person. total coincidence.
Wow.
Total coincidence. And I believe she shared it as well. And just a lot of people called me back and my friend back saying that, you know what, I'm going to get my mammogram. You know, I've been needing to do it. I've been needing to do it. And that's all we wanted to do, is to get that message out. And so I just wanted to share that story about a little bit of a follow-up from last week. And so the reason why Dr. Baker's here today is because we have a relationship with West Boca Medical Center, Whitehall Boca Raton, as well as West Boca Medical Center, because when people fall and break their hip, or if they get hurt or injured, they sometimes need a skilled nursing or rehab facility, and there's many around town, and there's many to choose from. And the one that happens to be helping us put the show on is Whitehall Boca Raton. They're very excited about connecting with the community and with, interacting with the various people in the community. And so thank you, Dr. Baker. On behalf of them, they've invited you here today to be on the show.
Yes, and I'm happy to be here. My patients really like Whitehall.
Well, thank you so much. And so what I wanted to know is I met Tyson Tabora, Dr.
Yes.
Tabora, way back, probably back in March or April, and he is your foot and ankle surgeon.
That's correct.
And you specialize in what area in your practice?
I'm primarily sports medicine, but I do total joints also.
Oh, okay. And so you do your hips and your knees.
Hips and knees and shoulders, ACL. I take care of a lot of, I have a couple high schools I take care of. And then we do some work with a couple of the chiros that do work with FAU. So we'll get some of the patients from there, and then I do the sports stuff with that, and I deal with the workman's comp and shoulders and knees primarily.
Right, and that's kind of like where I have probably, well, not probably, I know I have because I've seen your name, on the reports that I've read over the years, that, when someone has a hip or a knee surgery and they require a rehabilitation because of the population in this community, I know you have sports injuries, which is a younger population, but these elderly folks are still involved in sports, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're very active nowadays. We did a total knee on a lady that was 82 a few weeks ago. So,
and so are you involved with is West Boca Medical Center? Is that where you're performing your surgeries?
Yes, most of them, and I'm also on staff at Wellington
Hospital,
but majority are West Boca, and we're doing the total knees there. We're doing the uni knee there, the Mako, which is a big thing that's going on over there too. So
I haven't heard that uni knee.
It's a robotic knee.
Oh, okay.
And so we have the robot at West Boca, and they have one at Bethesda, but West Boca is where I operate out of, and we do it's a uni knee if they qualify for it.
Interesting. And so that robotic, meaning less surgical involvement. What is the benefits of being robotic versus
smaller incision, better cuts? The robot helps you along with tracking because we get an MRI or CT prior to the surgery. And the engineers will put the system together based on that CT so that when we do the knee, the cuts are made with the robot and myself. A lot of people think the robot takes over, but they really don't. We still have to run it, but it precisely helps you make your cuts better than we could do by hand.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know you wanted to share today about two, I don't know if they're new in your practice, you can enlighten me, two, advancements in, whether it be not necessarily technology, but with PRP, that is somewhat of technology, why the PRP has improved and the ability to be able to get that into people's bodies over the years. I know that technology has improved, but the medical marijuana, I don't know how much that improved, but I know that it's now legal here in Florida for physicians to be administering it. So is that new that you have added to your practice?
Yes, we brought that into the practice because I have, a lot of patients that have these injuries that are long term, or they'll have like chronic, neck and back pain, or they have spasms, or different things where they're on opiates or they're on pain medicines, despite the fact they may have had surgery or despite the fact they just had, ongoing pain, and a lot of them function just living on medication on a daily basis. So this gives us an opportunity to be able to treat those patients with another, because they're already in the scope of my practice anyway. So I do some auto accidents, I do workman's comp, I do all that. So what we're trying to do is push that forward a little bit more and try to get it out there to the public to let them know that this is something that is an opportunity for them to maybe not be on a lot of the medications that they're on with all the side effects that they have.
And now let's slow it down just for a moment. So for PRP, is what does that stand for?
So it's platelet-rich plasma, and that's basically having somebody come into the office and we spin down their own blood. We take some blood from them, we spin it down. It's about a 45-minute process. It's about a half an hour for the blood to spin down. It's about a 45-minute process in the office. They'll come in, we'll draw their blood, we spin it down for the platelet-rich plasma, which we know that area of the platelets is very good for healing processes, bringing in growth hormones, bringing in cells to the body to get it to heal. So we've really, really hit a high mark with this. I was using this in the military when I was in the military during the war. We would use this on our Navy SEALs and the Marines and the different ones that if we had to do an arthroscopic surgery or a surgery on them, we would put this in there at the same time. Now it's really hitting the states, and some of the states have actually even approved it on insurances. But we're still in Florida, haven't got that yet, but we're hoping to. But our cost for that is very fair for what it is in the market area in Boca, and I also have an office in Delray that we do that in. But it's just giving them back cells in that area directly. So if they had a tear in their shoulder, for example, rather than steroid injections and anti-inflammatories and pain meds, we actually draw their blood, we spin this down, we put that in that shoulder for them in an area to get that thing to heal. And we've had very, very good results with tears in the knees and the shoulders, trigger points like areas in your neck and back where you have things that flare up migraines or flare up different things like stress headaches and stuff like that would have had a neck or back injury. So it's good for all those things, and that's what the platelet-rich plasma does.
You know, when we started the show today, we were talking about the essential oils and about it being a natural alternative towards helping some conditions and stuff. And so when you describe what that PRP is, you're using your own platelet-rich plasma, and so it's almost like it's the same theme that you're trying to use something natural, or something that comes from not even from the earth, but like from yourself.
Yes,
that's amazing.
Yeah, and we've had good results with it. Sometimes we'll add some cells with that, like a stem cell or something that we would take from you also, that we can take from the back of your hip or whatever, and we take some off what we call the iliac crest in the back. We'll draw off some fat cells with that, and we'll put that in with the PRP, and that actually gives you some stem cells in there with the PRP at the same time to try to really get the best effect of what we can to try to get things to heal.
And, you know, in the scope of your practice, when you are treating this patient, when do you find yourself introducing this, and what types of patients?
Like somebody, for example, like me. All right, I would not, if I tore my rotator cuff, my shoulder, if I had surgery, that's a 3-month process. I'm a private practice. My practice, there's nobody to cover me. So, you know, for somebody like me or somebody that doesn't want to have surgery, they have a tear in their shoulder, it's an opportunity for them. I'm being a veteran, I have a lot of vets that come and see me with bad knees. They don't want a total knee replacement. They would like to try this and try some other opportunities for them. We've been using this in some of the patients that have, you know, some cartilage loss in their knees. It works very well for that. Arthritis, tears in the shoulder, tears in the knees, things. So that's really what we focus on. And
so is there, you know, for example, because you mentioned the shoulder, can you do it on at a certain point, it's probably too much of a tear, you know, I imagine.
Right.
So is it when it's more of the smaller tears?
Yes.
Minor tears.
Yes, and I mean we have done it on full thickness tears on older patients that wouldn't really be a very good
they're
candidate.
not even qualify for surgery.
Yeah, they wouldn't qualify for surgery. So, and we've had good results with it because it does put some inflammation into that area and the cells in that area to get that to heal. I have a patient that has a full thickness rotator cuff tear that wants to go back to playing tennis. We've done a few injections on her, and she's actually back to doing activities.
And I can actually, as an occupational therapist, having treated hundreds and hundreds of shoulder injuries, shoulder fractures, and rotator cuff tears, that some rotator cuff tears, they have full range of motion, you know, meaning like you can lift them up, and they can't. Rotator cuff tear, they stick their arm out and it just collapses.
Yes.
Oftentimes. And so their range of motion is good, but the pain is tremendous. Some people, they don't have the range of motion and the pain is tremendous. And so you may not gain function, but if you can reduce somebody's pain level in their body, that actually improves their function in just performing their other activities if you don't have this arm that's killing you while you're doing the other tasks.
That's very true. And just imagine a lot of the times with a rotator cuff tear, if it's not a massive tear, for example, like, you know, you have 2 or 3 tendons torn in your shoulder. Obviously, there's 4 tendons for the rotator cuff. Say it's just one of the tendons, the supraspinatus, and it's a full thickness tear. That tendon's going to allow you to abduct and bring up your arm. Okay, so sometimes that won't help. But if you can get their pain under control and you work on the other areas, we work on the other muscles in that shoulder, a lot of times we can compromise for that. And so some of those patients will get some of their motion back, and they will get their pain relieved, and that's really the main thing. Because they come to you, they're in so much pain, they can't sleep at night.
No, I know.
They're on that side, they're taking pain meds. Again, they're back on their medication, they're on the pain meds just to function. They'll come into me and they'll say, look, Doc, I can't even sleep at night. You know, I roll over on that side, it wakes me up. You know, that's what I hear on a daily basis because I do a lot of shoulders. And so that's where we'll get to.
Interesting. It's fascinating. And so the medical marijuana is, so this is new? in your practice?
It's been in my practice now for about a month. We have been looking at this for a long time, but we just started thinking about this about 6 months ago. But
Well, the law just passed, correct?
Yes,
When
it
did it? In November,
I think
January?
it was like this year. Yeah, November in the vote.
Right,
yes.
in the vote, yes.
So, and then we wanted to put it together where we had a corporation set up for it, so that it's a separate entity from my practice, but we can still see the patients in my practice, so that we can keep track of what's going on with it. Obviously, how we do with the patients in there, because in the Florida law, they really it's kind of vague on some of the stuff that can go on, and things have already changed. There's a couple things that have already changed where you can write for longer time periods now. They have to have an initial visit. They have to come in for that, and then they have to be seen and followed. A lot of people think that they're going to get their card and that's it. It doesn't happen that way. You have to have that card renewed every year, and you'll usually see your physician a couple times, 2 or 3 times a year, and they'll write you out. But the biggest thing with this is we want to get the patient on the right dose. And that's the hardest thing that a lot of us are trying to do now is learn what that is, because it comes in like a 300 milligram or 600 milligram, different types of way of giving them the medication. And we see them back. I put them on the lowest first and see how they're doing with that. And then once you get them on, then basically it's really coming a few times a year just to renew the card and make sure that they're on the right track with what they're doing.
And is this for people with long-term chronic illnesses and for people that you want to try and reduce their opioid dependency?
Well, okay, so really...
Explain that big subject in 2 minutes.
Yeah, in 2 minutes. The biggest thing is this. It's good for cancer.
Okay.
The cancer's in. Crohn's disease is in. Irritable bowel syndrome's in. Spasms. And
spinal cord injuries,
different things like that. Those are already in. Epilepsy. We can write for those things in Florida. The thing that it's not is the chronic pain. You have to be able to justify somebody that's coming in on the opiates and whatever, and you have to put that in your note and make sure you know what you're doing with that, and make sure that when you write that down, you have everything in there that you need, so you can document well that, listen, this patient was able to get off the medication, this patient had chronic pain. Most people, if they have a shoulder injury or neck injury or back injury, they have spasms, and we can write for spasms. That's one of the things they added. So that was one of the big deals with this, with the medical marijuana, and so far we've had quite a few scripts. The biggest problem we're having right now is just the patients getting their cards in Florida.
Just going through the bureaucracy.
There's only 5 people up in Tallahassee right now taking care of 38,000 scripts that have already
been
written.
And there's jobs, people.
Yes.
How do we find your office?
We're at Legion's Orthopedics. I have an office in Boca, and I have an office in Delray. I'm on Glades and Lyons in Boca.
And the phone number and website?
And the phone number is 561-330-4358 is my office at Legion's Orthopedics, and that's the main number. And that's www.Legion's Orthopedics, or Legion's Orthopedics at gmail.com.
This guy is not This doctor is not the average person. You did your early medical education in the U.S. Navy, and you returned to the U.S. Navy after you became a doctor and served as a commander until your departure with honorable discharge into private practice here in Boca in 2006. And so it is a pleasure, and it's an honor to meet with you and to sit with you, Dr. Baker, and thank you for your service to our country.
Thank you.
And so give Dr. Baker a call if you have your aches and pains or ask for a consultation for any of your orthopedic needs. Thank you, Whitehall Boca Raton, as well as thank you, Toastmasters and Paul Finkelstein with Mobile Portrait Pros for helping putting this show on together. We'll be back next week with a whole new lineup of guests, and have a great week, everyone. And again, our hearts and prayers out to those folks in Texas. Have a great week, everyone. You've been listening to Community Connections with Norma G. We will be back next Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. with new guests to share about what's hot, what's new, and what's happening in our community. Did you hear something you liked today on our show? Please contact me, Norma G, at 954-802-2015, or email me at ccnormag@gmail.com. I look forward to helping you expand your business, project, or idea and connect with our community.
The opinions